Good morning, everybody. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people. Today's June 14th, 2022. And I have been thinking about a lot of different things today. And took a day just to consider many things, where we are, what is happening, what all of these signs mean. And at the end of the day, I took some time to pray, to seek the Lord, to ask for wisdom first and foremost about this sign of Jonah that looked so promising as a one-year warning to June 11th, Pentecost between June 11th, 12th, and 13th. And yet we're still here. And so I took this to the Lord. And I asked him if he would confirm to me what the meaning of this sign is and why we're still here after one more year. And the Lord gave me a piece of wisdom and understanding that I want to share with you tonight. And the understanding is the Hebrew calendar, the solar eclipse, and the sign of Jonah that was the first day of the 4th month of Tammuz. When the Lord showed me this, and the thought that the Lord gave to me with this is that Tammuz is the true beginning of summer. The beginning of Tammuz is the true beginning of summer. It's the 4th month. It's the end of spring. And it's the beginning of summer. The reason this sign has stood out to me as one of the most important signs that we have seen over all of these years, with a man actually being taken up into the mouth of a whale and surviving on the day of a total solar eclipse. I mean, there's got to be a biblical understanding and reason, and this sign has to be true. And there's got to be understanding that we are missing. And so the reason this sign has stood out to me so strongly is because biblically, from the New Testament, we have 4 different passages that confirm that Jesus will give us the sign of Jonah for the end time generation. Matthew 12:39, but he answered and said to them, an evil and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and no sign will be given it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. Then again in Matthew 16:4, a wicked and adulterous generation seeks after a sign, and no sign shall be given it except the sign of the prophet Jonah. And he left them and departed. Luke 11:30, for as Jonah became a sign to the Ninevites, so also the Son of Man will be to this generation. And in Luke 11:29, it says, while the crowds were thickly gathered together, he began to say, this is an evil generation. It seeks a sign, and no sign will be given to it except the sign of Jonah the prophet. So we have 4 times in the New Testament that this sign is confirmed to us. The sign of Jonah for a wicked generation. When we have a man swallowed by a whale, together with a total solar eclipse, there has got to be understanding with this that we need to realize. And so together with this, the sign of Jonah, we have the beginning of summer, and Jesus also gave to us this sign of summer being near. 3 times in the Gospels, Matthew 24:32. Now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and put forth leaves, you know that summer is near. Mark 13:28. Now learn this parable from the fig tree. When its branch has already become tender and puts forth leaves, you know that summer is near. Luke 21:30. When they are already budding, you see and know for yourselves that summer is now near. Now I want to share with you a number of sources that show to us that according to understanding in Israel, Tammuz is the true beginning of summer according to the Hebrew calendar. According to Chabad.org, the Hebrew month of Tammuz, this month marks the beginning of the destruction of the Holy Temple in Jerusalem. Tammuz is the fourth of the 12 months of the Jewish calendar, counting from Nisan. The month of Tammuz begins the season of the summer. The 3 months of this season are Tammuz, Av, and Elul. The traditional 4 seasons in Israel. The notion that there are just 2 seasons in Israel, wet winter and dry summer, is, I believe, an oversimplification. For those living in the temperate, summer goes from Rosh Chodesh Tammuz, the beginning of Tammuz, to Rosh Hashanah. Spring is Tu B'Shavat to the beginning of Tammuz. Winter is from Chanukah to Tu B'Shavat, and the fall is from Rosh Hashanah through Chanukah. Okay, and so this is another source that shows us that summer begins at the new moon of Tammuz. What is the season of Tammuz? Summer. So if we look at the sign of Jonah based on the Hebrew calendar and as the sign of the coming of summer, then from June 11th, 2021, the first of Tammuz, coming to the first of Tammuz of 2022 is June 30th, 2022. Now, as we were watching Pentecost and the conjunction with the Mayan calendar of 9/11, if we go through to the first day of July, then even the Mayan calendar speaks very powerfully together with all of this. The long count date on July 1st is 13/9/11/19. At the end of the day today, I took this sign to the Lord and I asked him, what does it mean? Why are we still here? And the response I got was, the 4th month of Tammuz is the beginning of summer. And this will be our next watch time for the rapture of the church. I pray you are blessed and encouraged by this report. This is Steve Fletcher with a trumpet for my people, the sign of his coming revealed.